So this morning, we're going to get started with the presentations of the district winners for the Outstanding Georgia Peanut Farmer of the Year award. The award is designed to honor farmers who have given lifelong devotion to peanut farming. The Peanut Commission believes it is most appropriate to honor farmers each year who have the passion, diligent leadership, and desire to see that the peanut industry in the state of Georgia continues to represent the highest quality possible. The award is sponsored by the Georgia Peanut Commission and Agri-Supply. Here from Agri-Supply today we have Lee Douglas and Matt Cato, and we're very happy that they're here. We appreciate them helping to sponsor this event. So at this time, I'm going to ask Matt if he'd like to come up and make some comments. Matt?
Thank you, Mr. Armond. Since 1962, Agri-Supply has provided farmers and landowners with the parts, tools, and equipment needed for their operations. And on behalf of Agri-Supply, I would like to congratulate this year's winners. It's been a great opportunity and honor for us to sponsor this award and help recognize achievements by the farmers recognized. In recognition for the achievements this year, Agri-Supply will present each winner with a $100 gift card when you come up. Thank you to the Peanut Commission for this opportunity, and again, congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Matt. Each of the Georgia Peanut Commission board members will present their nominees with the award.
District 1 winner is Judd Greene of Brinson, Georgia. Unfortunately, Judd passed away back in December before he could be recognized for this award today. His mother Barbara and brother Joel are here to accept the award on his behalf. Judd followed in his father's footsteps and became an award-winning farmer. He farmed in Decatur County, where he grew peanuts, cotton, and corn. In 1997, Judd was named Ag Man of the Year for Decatur County, and he was recognized with the Peanut Award in 97, 2002, 2004, and 2005. Judd graduated in Class 4 of the Peanut Leadership Academy. During his graduation, he was asked to bring a few remarks regarding the program. Judd took this seriously and prepared a set of handwritten notes about what the program meant to him. Above all, he valued the friendship he gained through the program. He also loved attending the annual Southern Peanut Growers Conference with his wife Rhonda and keeping in touch with his peanut family. Through the years, Judd was credited for the research work he did with the University of Georgia and Peanut Extension Team and with Dow Agri-Sciences, now Corteva. He worked on several research trials with Dr. Bob Kimmerat and Dr. Tim Brunneman through the years, especially work on nematode management. Much of what we know about managing root knot nematodes on peanuts was confirmed for growers in field trials conducted on Judd's farm, according to Dr. Kimmerat. Judd's commitment to improving his crop productivity for himself and others was unquestionable, and he had an open mind for the full impact of the research over time instead of just one single trial. John Ritzenberg with Corteva worked on corn, cotton, and peanut research collaboration for the past 10 years with Judd. However, Judd had worked on trials with the company since the mid-'80s. John had this to say about Judd. Some of the products Judd helped Corteva develop included Telon nematicide, Lorsban, Tracer, Intrepid Edge insecticides, and Sonalan and Strong Arm herbicides in peanuts, not to mention a number of other variety traits and products in cotton. Judd was the perfect farmer to work with, as he had a keen interest in being on the cutting edge of new research for what would benefit Georgia growers, regardless of the complexity of what he needed to do on his farm. He always was flexible and would accommodate my research needs. Judd was a true friend to industry and academia. He always had 4 to 5 others conducting research on his farm each season. Judd made a lasting impact on Georgia agriculture through the research collaboration and the technology he helped develop. Judd was named valedictorian of his high school class and a proud graduate of ABAC and attended the University of Georgia. He was a member of the Iron City Methodist Church and was a member of Gideon's International.
At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Charles Paulk from Ocilla, Georgia. Charles, if you'd like to come up and stand as I read this about you and your farming operation. Charles is from Ocilla, Georgia, and of course, he's a seventh generation farmer. He had a successful career with farming operation, and also he owned John Deere franchise there in Ocilla. And then he developed a farming for fun board game. So Paul began farming after high school, graduating, and for 17 years he grew peanuts, cotton, corn, wheat, tobacco, watermelons, cantaloupes, as well as raised beef cattle and swine on the farm there in Irving County. He operated the first successful mechanical cotton picker in his area and was on the one of the first, the best certain chemicals to use certain chemicals on his crops, and he was, I reckon you'd say, one of the innovators as far as using the chemicals on the peanuts to keep good, clean peanut field. In addition to farming, Paulk operated Irving County Tractor Company for 14 years. John Deere offered him the local franchise 2 times, but it was the 3rd time when Paulk officially accepted the offer. He enjoyed helping farmers in the area with their tractor needs, but upon advice from doctors about a health issue, he eventually decided he would return to the farm and close the franchise. Before jumping back into farming, Paulk decided to develop that board game. Farming for fun. His entire family participated in helping with the invention of the game. In 1986, his love for farming continued for another 10 years on the family farm, where he grew peanuts, cotton, and corn. His last crop in 1996 included one of his favorite crops, peanuts. Through the years, he has received numerous awards for his high yields in the county for peanuts and cotton. In addition to farming, he served farmers as the marketing area chief in Georgia and Florida for the National Farmers Organization and served on the board of GFA Peanut Company for 14 years. He is a member of the Georgia Farm Bureau, a member of FFA in high school in Ocilla, Rotary Club, Irving County Young Farmers, and Paulk is married to Annelle, and they have 2 daughters, Debbie and Julie, and they're here with us today too, and we also welcome you and thank you for coming and being here today. So at this time I present to you Charles Paulk.
Armond, at this time I'd like to ask Wade and his wife Debbie to come up here. Wade McElveen from Brooklet, Georgia. That's Bullock County. Wade began full-time farming in 1976 after farming part-time with his father for a few years. And of course, he did like most farmers on our side of the state at that time. He had some peanuts, and corn, soybeans, and some hogs. And at that time, hogs were the smell of money. But as time went on, the hogs didn't smell quite as well, and Wade got out of the hog business, and along the way he gave up the soybeans and he gave up the corn and moved over into cotton in his rotation. And today he only grows peanuts and cotton. His son Matthew joined on the family farm in 2012, and together they farm 384 acres of timber, 900 acres of cotton, and 400 acres of peanuts. For the last 8 to 10 years since Bill Tyson has been the agent in Bullock County, Wade has had a fungicide trial over there, looking at how fungicides work with peanuts and affect the yields that we have in our side of the state. And that's been some very valuable information that's helped growers in our area to look, and it's made some changes in our fungicide programs. Wade currently serves on the county FSA committee for Bullock and Candler counties. He has served on the advisory board of the Georgia Peanut Commission. He was on the, he served with me, one of the first ones to work with me on the Peanut Commission, and it was a pleasure to work with him in those days. And I know he's served in a lot of other capacities since then, and that's kept him busy. But he's also served on the board of the Georgia Peanut Producers Association, a state delegate to the National Cotton Council. He's also been awarded the Bullock County Farm Family of the Year Award in 1994 and the Soil and Water Conservationist for Bullock County in 2004. Wade's a member and deacon of the Lanes Primitive Baptist Church, where he serves as a music director. Additionally, he serves on the board of directors for Bullock Telephone Cooperative and the Primitive Baptist Music Workshop, as well as the board of trustees for the Bethany Assisted Living Facility. And as we all get older, we certainly can appreciate Wade's efforts on that part, because most of us are going to need some of that in some fashion or other. When Wade's not farming, he enjoys fishing, hunting, playing the guitar, and traveling. Wade is married to Debbie, and they have 2 children. Got a daughter, Leanna, and her husband, Eric, and got a son, Matthew, that's married to Valerie. And Wade, congratulations on this award, and we thank Debbie for supporting you all these years.
It's my pleasure to introduce you District 4's winner, Mr. Ronnie Lefford Sr. Mr. Ronnie is a 3rd generation farmer who started farming with his dad in 1959. The farm started out as 200 acres, which has grown today over 6,000 acres of peanuts, cotton, and timber. With his son, 2 grandsons, and his cousin, began the family as a farm business. His daughter, Claire, is the bookkeeper. Through the years, Ronnie has been involved in with a variety of agribusiness enterprises, including Finley Gin, Vienna Cotton Warehouse, Mid-South Peanut Buying Point. In addition, he served for 20 years as board member for Flag Community Bank, 30 years board member for Ag Georgia Farm Credit, which has been recently re-elected. So congratulations to that, Mr. Ronnie. Ronnie is a Farm Bureau member. He served for Dooley County Farm Bureau Director. He's also been a member of the Georgia Peanut Producers Association and a member of FFA in high school, where he received his American FFA degree in 1960. Ron has been involved in his community, where he has served on the board of Chris County Regional Hospital for 12 years. He served on the board of directors for Fullerton Academy for 10 years. He's also a member and deacon at Smyrna Baptist Church. Ronnie served for 6 years in the Army National Guard and graduated from ABAC here with an agricultural degree. Ronnie is married to his wife, Gloria. They have 2 sons, Ronnie Lefford Jr., Claire Crosby, and 5 grandchildren. I'd like to commend you to Ronnie Lefford Sr. Congratulations, Mr. Ronnie.
Thank you, brother.
It's a great pleasure for me to recognize our District 5 winner, Mr. Mike McLendon and his wife Marilyn. Mike grew up on the farm, and his dad purchased it in 1941 in Macon County. Together they grew peanuts, cotton, and corn from 1969 to 1973. Upon his father's death in 1973, Mike continued to farm and adopted Mr. Frank McGill's package approach to his peanut production. In 1975, he installed irrigation on the farm and continued to follow the advice from the University of Georgia Extension Peanut Team, which allowed him to achieve higher yields in the years ahead. And I might note that at several times during that time, he achieved the highest yield in the state at least 2 years that I can think of. And today, the farm includes 300 acres of cropland and 450 acres of timber. Farming was a family affair for Mr. Mike and Miss Marilyn, and his children assisted in some of the farming activities, including pulling weeds. I don't know, like a show of hands, any of y'all ever pull weeds? Yeah, I thought there might be a few of us in the room. Mike says he has been blessed to grow crops he loves on a farm with good land and to raise a family who all love the farm and will remember the special smell of fall during peanut harvest. One of his favorite activities now involves nurturing a love of the farm in his grandkids through their cousin time activities on the farm. Throughout the year, it's called Camp Mac during the summer. He also supports the bluebird population and encourages all pollinators, especially hummingbirds, butterflies, and bees. Mike has served on the Macon County Farm Bureau Board since 1973 and has been president for 19 of those years. I will also note here, for some reason, he served on the Peanut Advisory Board sometime in the 80s, I recall, early 80s. He's also served 3 terms on the Macon County FSA Board, served on the Credentials Committee of Flint EMC for more than 10 years, and he currently serves as Board of Trustees at Oglethorpe United Methodist Church, where he has been a member since 1973. Mike is married to Miss Marilyn, and they have 4 children, Janet, Lynn, David, and Laura, as well as 9 great-grandchildren. And it's my pleasure, and I might add as well, that not only has he been a leader in his community, he's been a special mentor to me through years of serving on Farm Bureau and now farming jointly with him. It's been, and I think every one of these award recipients today has been a mentor and wanting to help the younger generation as they come along, and Mike certainly exemplifies that as well.
Thank you, Donald. This has just been an exciting time for this class of 2020 or 2020. I've been by a lot of the farms that of you recipients, and I see those clean fields, no weeds in them, and it makes me go back and look at mine to be sure I don't have a weed in it. So I'd like to say I appreciate each of you, and just as Donald said, the yields that you produced and the way that you farm your farms has inspired me to do a better job and to work harder, and I would just like to be just a little bit like you in your farming operation. And so this morning we appreciate each of you being here, and I reckon this concludes our program.